Thanks for staying with us. So our hot topic today is a follow-up to our show on Friday, following the tragic death of the popular artist Mohbad. A meeting was convened at the Police Air Wing Muritala Mohammed Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, on Saturday, involving the Inspector General of Police and the Commissioner of Police for Lagos State. The objective of this investigation is to unravel the circumstances leading to Mohbad's death, shed light on any potential foul play, and bring those responsible to justice. Joining us on the show is the Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Ilerioluwa Aloba. The police, representing him is the police PRO, that's the Lagos State Police Command, SP Benjamin Hundeyin. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on the show today.
Good to have you on the show. You can call us on 08176411679, 0902416344. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag #UTVC so we can read your tweets. All right, so on Friday on this show, we discussed Mohbad because everybody, the whole of social media has been going on and on about his death, the circumstances surrounding his death, the issues that happened ahead of time. Since we have you here, could you give us, in a nutshell, what your own investigations have shown so far as regards to what caused the death of this young man?
Okay, I would say we have commenced the investigation into this matter, and it's premature to give you an update of what we found out. But I can assure you that investigation is in top gear, and at the appropriate time, we would update you accordingly.
But my first question should have actually been, the letter we saw that he had written to police, talking about the threats that he's had, to Nigerians, they felt that nothing was done, that how come he had to die for us to even find out about the letter. So at the moment you get that letter, what was done between that time and the point he died?
Well, for us at Lagos State Police Command, what we are investigating is suspected murder. The letter you're talking about talked about threats to life. Yes. And that was submitted at the office of the AIG in charge of Force Criminal Investigation Department, that is Alagbon. So we are not actually focusing on that now. We are focusing on the murder. But like you asked, what should have been done? Yes, a petition is received. Investigation should commence immediately. Now, I'm not the spokesperson for Force CID. The spokesperson for Force CID granted an interview and explained that he was asked to come and maybe substantiate his claim or even write a statement. Because to open a case file, the first thing you need is the statement of the complainant. The petition does not suffice for statements, except the petitioner chooses to adopt that petition as a statement. Either way, it will still need to show up, because these are foundational issues that often lead to cases being struck out of court. You know, the magistrate would berate the police and say, oh, improper investigation, so maybe it could be struck out. So we tend to do, we try to do things properly. So the spokesperson explained that he was asked to come and he did not show up. Well, it's okay if you are not around. You could equally send your lawyer to stand in for you. So that is that. But for us, we are focusing more on the suspected murder, and would make sure that justice is served.
Okay, so there are controversies concerning his death, the cause of death. I want to know if the police has found out exactly what killed him.
Oh, that's why we are investigating. And so we've heard different conspiracy theories. We've heard different versions of things. So it's our plan now to harmonize all of these things, look at them critically, and come out with our findings.
Did he die in the hospital? Was there any hospital reports showing this could? Yeah.
That's on our checklist. The hospital, the nurse that allegedly gave injection and all of that.
We understand you don't want to disclose some of the things I am looking at, but there's a trend that is in the music industry and has existed before Mohbad's death, where, you know, label records are involved in cultism. You see the signs everywhere. They promote some of this in their lyrics. The use of substance, abuse of substances. And because of his death now, I'm seeing, personally, I'm feeling that what I see going on is even a stronger cult rivalry happening. Because now, people who did not speak up, other artists who had this story, are now suddenly becoming vocal. Imagine you know someone personally. If as I know Tokwe now, I reach out to her that, BC is on my neck. She's trying to take my life. She's doing this and that. And Tope didn't speak up. Didn't encourage me to seek redress. Didn't fight for me. Didn't call out BC. And then suddenly, I pass. And Tope suddenly becomes very strong and he's saying, no, it's until now. I don't see it as, you know, a fight for that person's life. I see it that you're fighting something underground that we cannot see. Are you investigating their businesses and how they run? Some artists have come out recently to say, I was with this person, this label. I was forced to do things I cannot explain. I am no longer with them. Those people are still alive. Are you investigating cultism and how it's permeating to our society and how they are taking children? In Ikorodu now, you have Ikorodu boys. What does it stand for? The other day, Zazu, what's his name? An artist called Zazu, called out and said 1 million boys will do something. Are you investigating cultism?
Yeah.
Okay, so cultism has been identified as a major problem in Lagos State. It is a major problem.
Within the music industry.
Okay, within the music industry, yeah, even within the music industry. So we work with the Lagos State government, the Ministry of Youth and Social Development to fight headlong this menace. We intend to visit schools and talk about these things. But talking about this particular investigation, the truth is every investigation has a starting point. You know where you're starting, but you never can tell what you would stumble upon, what you would uncover. So as this investigation progresses, definitely, if we stumble on cultism, it will come in. If we stumble on fraud, forgery, every other thing. So it's going to be a wholesome investigation. But cultism definitely has not been ruled out.
I remember I was listening to a particular interview. He said every region has their challenges. Every state has its own challenge. For some, it is banditry. For another person, it's kidnapping. For Lagos, it is cultism. That is the major insecurity challenge that Lagos is facing. So, yes, entertainment industry might be the one that is bringing it to the front now. On other days, it is the Agberus on the street that would bring the cultism to the front. So when we deal with the root cause, we probably find a situation. But I wanted to ask you, social media, you are always on social media, and this has become a social media campaign, Justice for Mohbad. It has become a trend. And my challenge with when things go viral like that is we rarely get the truth. It has become sensational. And when the investigation comes out and it doesn't toe the line that has been preconceived as justice, they will not believe it. We've seen that in many other social... Yes. That people will not start saying, no, the police has been corrupted, they have connection, is all of that. How are you, knowing the backlash that will happen, preparing to present your case in a way that you'll be able to get people to understand that you have done you've done your part without giving favor to connections? Because the name Sam Larry has come up over and over again. Pictures of him with the governor has been shown. His level of connection in high places has come out, and that's why they say he's above the law. So even if he's innocent or if he's not, how would you be able to prove to the people on social media or Nigerians that the investigation was unbiased?
Well, we're going to do our best. We'll be as transparent as possible and we'll make our findings known to the public. But know one thing, that people that are bent on finding fault in you would always find fault, no matter what. But for us, we'll stay above board, remain transparent, and present to Nigerians the findings of our very diligent investigation.
Okay, I have a call.
Oh, we have a call.
Let me take a call from Daniel. I'll come back to you, BC. Daniel, thanks for calling. You're live.
Yes, good morning. It's my first time, actually.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to make those suggestions, especially to the officer. Now, they know a very good guy, very fit. And no autopsy, nothing was made. For me, I suggest the police should actually go there and take that body out before anyone does. Because when you are looking and you want to do an investigation and there are solid proof, the major proof of that autopsy, definitely these guys will want to go there. If they, I don't know how they do it, where the father himself can't boldly come out. They should go there if they need approval from any judiciary system.
We didn't get the question. Go ahead, BC.
Yeah.
I wanted to talking about the body of
exhuming. Is that part of?
Possibility?
Are you considering exhuming the body?
Definitely, it's one of the options on our table, and it's sweet. Let me put it that way. That we have the state government on our side. The governor called on Saturday and pledged total support for us. So if after our investigation, I mean, the first steps of the investigation, maybe checking the medical reports from the hospital where he was treated, histology and all of that. If we have enough grounds to want to investigate further, so we'll need to exhume the body and conduct an autopsy. Yes, we have not ruled it out. There's a high chance that we'll do that.
Okay, are there people willing to come out and witness? And if there are, is there any plans to protect them? Because we heard of several people being threatened before he died, and they may have information but afraid to come out because they don't want those people to come after them. Do you have any plans to protect anyone who comes out to testify against what happened to Mohbad?
Yes, from day one, the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command, CP Idowu said that there will be total witness confidentiality. 100%. So for those who have information to give us, let them rest assured that we would not divulge their identity. Please, we beg people to do this for Mohbad. Come up with whatever you have. It will not be easy. You know, okay, like you said, social media, the way some of the social media users think. Some people say, oh, haven't you been seeing all the videos we're posting online? Haven't you been seeing all of these? Do you need...
pick it off Twitter.
It doesn't work that way. You pick it off Twitter, you present it in court, and it's not admissible. The magistrate will say, this evidence is not admissible. It's better if someone gave that information.
Okay, I'll come to that in a minute, because let me take this call from Adekoke. Adekoke, thanks for calling. You're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, I want to ask the officer a question.
Go ahead, please.
Yes. What is stopping you from arresting Ilerioluwa and with all the marlians crew members? And again, yesterday, I saw a video on TikTok. Do you know this guy called Sanwo? Do you know him?
Do you know the guy called Malo or
Salo.
No, I do not know Salo.
He's one popular TikToker. He was doing a video yesterday. Then he said, if the police are to arrest Ilerioluwa, let's come and arrest him. That he has something to say.
Okay, let me put it here in perspective, because nobody's going to come forward until they feel like there's some kind of seriousness on the part of police. And I know that you're doing your best. But what Nigerians want to see is the posture of the police taking this really, really seriously beyond, because there are so many people that want to speak, but they don't trust the Nigerian police to defend them. They don't trust that their justice will be served. So they are holding back. For example, when that letter initially for the FCID, I know maybe because we watched too many movies, and I'm sorry that our police is not there yet. I apologize. I know that you guys are work in progress. But what I would have expected, somebody sends a letter that somebody is threatening my life, that I'm under threat. Now, that in itself, for me, is a red flag. If I was a concerned police working for the state, I would reach out, either get them some kind of a prosecutor or something, just to let them know that we're on this case, invite them. I hear he was invited, but somebody should have followed up. There's got to be something to show that the state has a stake in my welfare as a citizen. This boy that just called now, they're saying that people are doing videos, but what's the next step? So what Nigerians want to hear from you? I have evidence. I'm in my house. I'm scared. What should I do? How do I approach you? How do I know that when I come to you, I'll be protected? Not just that, nobody will find out, because many of them feel like the police is compromised. Yeah. Nobody will find out it was me that came to you, and that you would actually make arrests, at least for investigation, for questioning.
Well, that's why the press statement we issued on Saturday, we put a phone number there that you can reach this number. So it's where we can take advantage of technology. Call that number, hide your number, have a conversation. If you are convinced, after that conversation, yeah, we could take it from there. It could be you sending an email. It could be you meeting us somewhere, even if you don't want to be seen walking into the state CID or state command headquarters. But there are ways to do these things. Just trust us this time, call that number, and we'll take it from there.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still questioning DSP. Go ahead.
So I wanted to ask you about the fact that how are you reaching out to people? Because you have said something that is very, very important in passing. You said that videos are not admissible in court. Tweets are not admissible in court. The fact that somebody came and posted online and said, I saw I spoke to him, I witnessed this thing, is not admissible in court. How is the police reaching out? Because you might think they should be wise enough to come to you. How about you reach out to them to say, we're inviting you to just express on record this thing that you posted online?
Okay, first, let me correct that. I did not say videos are not admissible in court, or neither did I say tweets are not admissible in court. I'm just saying the way you get these things might determine its admissibility. The same video that's online can be admissible if you get it directly from the person or from other sources, not online. I'm just talking about pulling things online and presenting. It could have been anything from anybody. So that's it. The second part of your question. Okay, so reaching out to people. You are still finding a way to force me to talk about this investigation. I didn't want to talk about it, but the truth now is that we have a list of names, suspects, and we've begun locating them. Okay, let me not speak too much about this, but we've started gathering information, and we are also reaching out to people. Some of these Twitter handles are not monikers. They are real people who we can actually send DMs to say, can you give us more about this? So we've started all of this background work. So it might look like nothing now, but at some point you would see people being invited, picked up, arrested, and it will start taking shape. So I can assure you that work has begun, but I do not want to, I want to preserve the sanctity of this investigation.
I understand. But you mentioned earlier, that's bothered me, that, you know, the initial petition, he didn't come to put a statement on, is not what you're working on right now. And I think that's very important, because for this one now, you don't even have a petition, but in that petition, names are many that he highlighted. There was a situation that happened, and it alludes to bullying, which could have also led to, you know, a situation. I see that it might be impossible to prove a murder if there were no weapons, no physical damage to his body, or proof from, you know, the autopsy that, you know, substance was given. But we can prove the gbasgbos that, you know, was in that initial petition. There was a beating video. There were videos, you know, immediately following it. There were videos of the attack, you know, and there are sources to that. If you don't now want to give attention to that petition, there's a problem for me. Then there's also although it's online, I don't expect so much, but I know that if you probe it, you'll get somewhere. The accusation of his royalties being withheld by his record label. And if this is true, you can just trace it to him. There's a crime there. So are we going to stick solely to the suspected murder case, or we're going to expand this investigation to reach other places?
Okay, so to answer that, I said earlier that we are not working on that petition. We are working on suspected murder. It does not rule out getting information from that petition. If we can get information from Nigerians out there, we can also get information from that petition. So we are not totally discarding it. And like I also said earlier, we know what we set out investigating, but we cannot tell what we will stumble upon. So if we actually see that, oh, royalties are being stolen or embezzled and all of that, definitely it will be another count in our investigation, and we'll do due diligence. So
people have called out Mr. Governor Sanwo. I mean, so many celebrities have gone on social media calling him out for one thing or the other because of a photo they saw with one of the alleged suspects with the governor. And you have also said that Mr. Sanwo has called you on Saturday to pledge his support. Could you expatiate on that so that people know that if he's really involved in showing that the justice is served concerning this matter?
Okay, first, on Friday, I received a call from one of the special advisors to the governor and was telling me that, Mr. Ben, that guy, we do not know him. Don't even have the idea that he's our boy and that maybe you might be reluctant to protect him. We do not know him. He disowned this particular name that has been all over the media. And the governor took calling. In fact, I can say this, that the Elegushi too, or by Legushi, called to say, see, I do not know this person. Go ahead and do your investigation. So everybody that has been mentioned have been calling to say, I do not know about this. Go ahead and do officially for me. Yes, go ahead and do your investigation. So if you ask me to expatiate, I think that's what I would say. Okay. Everybody is clamoring for a very transparent investigation and justice.
The award is enough. I know that we're also victims of, can I take a picture with you? You know, I know this person, and in certain circles, because you just mistakenly took a picture with a random stranger.
Now saying her.
But I don't think the word is just enough. You know, what are their affiliations?
I know that Elegushi came up with the press release, I believe. I think it's important. So I'm happy that you have told us they called you and they told you to do it 100% and they're not involved, which is a good. I'm happy that the police is aware. So Nigerians can hopefully know that they are going to be this matter is going to be fully investigated.
And because of my Twitter people, because they will say, oh, so if they did not call you, you were not going to arrest them. No, do not get it wrong. Definitely, they had been on our list. We're going to do what we would do, but it was also better that we also got this clarification from these people.
Yeah, so Nigerians are calling for protests in Ikorodu and some parts of Lagos. Are you aware of this? And is there anything the police is doing to avert this?
Well, I've seen it online, but we always advise people to reach out to the police, not to seek permission to go on protest. It's their right, they can go on protest, but to just get us informed so that we'll deploy more officers there and ensure that it is not hijacked, and there is no fracas, and there is no threat to life and property. So we got the information, and so as not to divulge too much on how we operate, yes, we have an office called SIB, that's the State Intelligence Bureau. So once we get some of this information from any source, open source, the internet, we do pass it to them. Like this information we got, get your operatives in the field to work and verify if it's going to be. And, of course, if there's going to be a protest, we would not stop it. We would not squash it. They have the right to protest, but we would ensure that their lives are protected and there's no breakdown.
What about the wife and child right now? We saw threats at the burial, people making statements, family members, you know, making statements.
Legend,
the father talking right and then talking left, and then just yesterday, the mother. What are you doing to protect his immediate family members, you know, who might be victims of the continued bullying?
In addition to that, the royalties that might be getting, because he's topping the charts now. Who is getting the royalty? Would his children, would his child and mother be protected, wife be protected? All the money he's going to be making, obviously, in the coming weeks?
Would they get a bit of it?
Yeah, those are contractual
matters.
Yes,
contractual matters, okay.
Yeah, but nonetheless, we are not ruling anything out. We are doing a wholesome and comprehensive investigation.
So there are two sides that I wanted to just give a bit of clarity on. There was on social media somebody that was saying, he has hired a lawyer to fight the case. He has paid millions of naira to the lawyer. I'm not the, you know, she's the lawyer here, so she probably will have more information than me. But is it, when a case is a state case, you still need does the person, this victim now, does he still need to have like a lawyer representing him to support the case by the state against the suspects that might have information about the fact that he was murdered?
Yes.
He still needs to have a...
No, it's not compulsory, but he's free to have a lawyer. I don't know if I'm getting your question right.
Yes, so my question is, people came online to say that, and I felt like because it is a state case, somebody is saying he has spent money to get a lawyer to represent Mohbad.
Okay.
And he's saying that we're bringing justice to this guy. I've paid for a lawyer to fight his case for him. Okay. Is there need for that, or is just being done voluntarily, or there's the lawyers from the state's office?
There's absolutely no need for that. We are prosecuting this case, but it's fine. If the family wants their lawyer to be present, to be part of it, yes, it's fine. It will be accommodated. It would work with our legal department, and together we would prosecute the case.
Then one more thing, there was a...
Let me pause you for a second. I have a call from Tokwe. Tokwe, thanks for calling.
Okay, your name's sick.
Hello, you're live.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning. So I just want to draw your attention to something, please. Sometime last year, these guys were picked up by NDLA, and of course the video is being viral, and when they were saying that they raided, I think, Nayamani's house and stuff, and supposedly Mohbad was also picked up. Now, after he died, of course, the video went viral sometime last year. We all knew that he was picked up by NDLA. Now, after he died, videos came out, and where they saw that he was saying that when they picked him up, they gave him some kind of substance to drink. Now, NDLA came out and said he was never arrested. And then they brought out the names of those that were arrested sometime last year. So my question now is, if it was not picked up, so it wasn't among the people that were picked up then, why didn't NDLEA come out then to say, I mean, Mohbad was not part of the people they picked up? Why did they wait till now that he is dead? And then they waited for the video to come out. After the video, of course, surfaced, they now came out to say, no, this guy was not part of the people they picked up. I don't understand that.
Okay.
Now
do you have some...
that question is for Femi, Papa Femi of the
I was going to ask about the cult threats. So we've heard that some cultists, some cult groups have threatened to attack a certain person because they feel like they are defending Mohbad. Now, would the police take that threat? How is the police taking that threat? Is there any investigation into it to quell before we now hear something happened and you're like, but the police knew. These people already threatened they were going to do something.
Okay, so I've been receiving lots and lots of tags on social media. I wake up to see hundreds of tags. So I'm not unaware of that too. And for me too, I've been in communication with the OC, the officer in charge of the homicide unit of the State Criminal Investigation Department, who will also be overseeing this special investigation team that is looking into this case. So this is something I'm aware of, and this is something I've also sent to him, like, look into this. It might give us a clue. So we're leaving nothing to chance, absolutely nothing. And do not forget that this special investigating team, or special investigation team, comprises seasoned detectives, not just general detectives, but seasoned homicide detectives. So we're expecting the best from them. And we're sure Nigerians that we would leave no stone unturned to ensure that justice is served.
Okay, we have Emma Koko says, imagine someone sends a letter to the police that his life is in danger. He now says in a very derogatory way that you're saying that they invited him to show and he didn't. How can this Nigerian police be? If he's sending it at the point of death, it is the spirit that you expect to show up. Emmanuel says someone petitioned the police over threat of life again, suggesting that, something should have been done at the time. What do you have to say to, the...
I think he mentioned that because there are lots of frivolous petitions that come to the table.
I think he mentioned
what the police was saying, I mean, what he mentioned was that they get a lot of frivolous petitions coming to their table. So it's not every single one that you can then follow up with. He had answered that, so that people need to actually come. I get that, but that's why he said your lawyer can also come, even if you can't, you're incapacitated. So one of the things I'd like us to leave this place with, if you can organize a workshop for Nigerians, because the truth is that we don't, when we watch American movies, we know Miranda rights. Even without you entering America for the first time, you already know that once you say, once they read you the Miranda rights, you know what your laws, because you have an idea. But nothing here communicates to us what the steps are. If I have an issue, I call 911. Okay, here I call 121, or is it 122? 122. Then what happens? Does the police call to my house to come and investigate? We need that process. So if there's none yet, if we work it together, let Nigerians know. Walk us through a workshop where this is what you need. These are the issues. These are the evidence that are admissible in court. If you keep doing social media, it can't help. It can't help you. This is what you're going to do to prove your case. If Nigerians get more of that, when things happen, they know how to gather evidence to send to you, because many of us are just confused right now on what to do to get justice. Let's take a few more comments on social media. It's just feedback.
Yes. So while you are looking for the comments, let me just add, what would you advise anyone who is going through bullying right now?
Yes.
There are people who are going through bullying, but they don't know the steps to take. They are afraid of going to the police because they don't have the money to pay. Do you have to have money? Do you have to have a lawyer before
they feel that their bully has connection in the police?
Yes. So
the police is well connected.
Should they do?
What do they do?
Okay, yeah, I would advise them to take the step Mohbad took. Submit a petition, complain, and try to at least show up once to substantiate your claim, or have somebody represent you. It could be your brother, not necessarily a lawyer. Some people don't even know where to get a lawyer. It could be your brother, your mom, to just substantiate this. And once we have something to work with beyond the petition that was submitted, then we'll get to work. So I would advise people not to chicken out, not to be scared. Just trust us.
Okay, I have a message that I think that would corroborate what you just said. Hi, I had written to the police concerning my spouse threatening my life. I had written a petition, and I was invited. When I went there, I was able to start the process for a restraining order against him. So sometimes you have to go and apply and put out your petition. So this is somebody who has gone through the process and able to get a restraining order through the court, obviously. But she took that step. So, yeah, you're right. But more people need to know that these are the steps they need to take to get...
But the same, as people are complaining that, oh, what if he did not show up? There are many more people who show up. We call them to say, can you come and substantiate your claim? And they come, and they are better for it. So I'm just saying, it's not all like this. Okay. It's also the other way, too.
Okay. Okay, so I think we can wrap up on this. Thank you so much, sir. I think you've been able to touch on all the major issues. We'll be waiting for the investigation. Do you have an idea how long this investigation will take?
Well, no investigation has a timeline. You don't know what you would stumble upon. You don't know how extensive it's going to be, but we'll make it as speedy as possible.
Okay.
And we'll promise to keep Nigerians
carry us
updated.
along.
Yes,
let us know. We can call you back for updates, and we'd like to see a few arrests. You know how America, nothing else, just arrest somebody. Just arrest.
You'll see that. You'll definitely.
Don't go arrest the wrong people.
Definitely.
And beat them into confession.
No. Oh no.
Just kidding. It's a joke.
Beat somebody into a confession. Please, okay, thank you very much, sir, for coming out this morning.
Thank you for having me.
That is all we can take on this segment. We really, indeed, will be looking forward to justice being served, because everybody wants justice to be served concerning Mohbad. You cannot die in vain.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.